So what's up YouTube, it's JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, coming to you with an action figure unboxing video. If you can see in front of you, we've got 3 different action figures we're going to open and then compare today of one of my favorite characters from the WWE right now, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. We've got his Ultimate Edition, we've got his Wrestlemania figure, and we've got his basic 114 figure. There's things I like about each one and there's things that I don't like about each one. I'm going to let you know the details in this video once we unbox them and take a look. We'll look at the packaging and then the loose figures. So before we get over and unbox them, if you do me a favor and go ahead and like this video, hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate the support, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to do all kinds of unboxing videos like this. I've got movie reviews I'm doing, I've got subscription boxes that I open, I've got action figure boxes, I've got horror related movies and unboxings that I do, all kinds of pop culture related stuff. So subscribe to the channel and give me that support now, and that way you'll be supporting me into the future. And then go ahead and hit the notification bell, because as soon as I post those new videos, you'll be the first to know, and you can come over and check them out. So as Bray Wyatt always says, as the Fiend, that he wants us to let him in. Well, we're going to take these figures and open them up, and we're going to let him out of the packaging, that is. Let's go. So what's up YouTube, it's JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, and what we're doing is, like I told you in the intro, we're going to do some unboxing and comparisons of the most recent figures, WWE Mattel figures of the Fiend. You got your Ultimate Edition, you got your basic 114, and you got your basic Wrestlemania. So I'll go ahead and just let you know, I'm such a fan of the Fiend. I had pre-ordered the Ultimate, and since the last time I ordered an Ultimate Edition from Ringside Collectibles, it came with some damage, so I ordered 2 this time. One in the collector's case that you see there. I've got the plastic case around, and I'm going to keep that one. And so I've actually ordered a second one that I've already opened, and that's going to be what we look at here today. So in the other ones, I'm going to go ahead and just open, because most basic figures I don't keep sealed in the package. So there's things I like about both, and well, all 3 of them, and we're going to do some comparisons. So let me go ahead and we'll open these 2. When I come back, I'm going to have these 2 opened, and I'll have the loose figures to show you. So I'll be right back. So I cut the packaging so you could see them, and I think I'm going to keep those in the background, and then that way we can look at the loose figures as we get to them. So let's do the basic 114 first. Let me put the plastic packaging. So on the basic 114, we'll go ahead and look at the head sculpt first. I think it may be pretty much identical to the first Elite figure that I've unboxed, I think, here on the channel. The hair, though, is totally light colored all the way around. In this one, there's not a lot of dark coloring. It's all blonde. And over here on this side, a lot of it's connected together, and then you got your loose pieces here, and then you got the mask that goes all the way around. On the back side, the one thing that I do notice, and I'll have to look at the other ones, is he doesn't have any neck tattoo like he does in real life. So it'd be interesting to see how the others compare. So obviously on the basic figures, your tattoos are always in black/dark brown. You don't have any coloring to those. He is really wide, like Wyatt is in real life, but I think they probably could have done a better job of adding some more bulk, because he's a little chubbier. The one thing that I do like, though, is it's got a totally sculpted belt. So if I can get that to focus. All the way around, like, this is totally sculpted on the figure. And so it's, and it's got like an extra dimension to it. It's not painted on like some of the other ones. The padding on his pants, if you can see in the wrinkles in the knees, those are molded onto the figure. He's got molded pants, pockets on the back of his pants. And then the boots don't have a lot of detail, just pretty much solid black boots. One other thing I don't really like about this figure is there's no detail on the gloves. They're just solid black. I don't know that the Fiend's ever wore just solid black gloves. So I like the head sculpt and I like the figure, but in comparison, the only thing I like about this one is the molded belt and the molded pants. So let's compare this one to another basic figure that is basically just like that one, but it has his jacket on this one. So if you want to look at this in comparison, it looks like the head sculpt is basically the same. See if we can get both of them on there. I think the head sculpt is pretty much the same. It looks like this one, yeah, the hair was just tucked. It's pretty much the same head sculpt. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one back in the background. It looks like everything else on this figure is identical to the other basic. So I'll open up, it's got the same body mold. The arms of the jacket are made on and bolted onto the figure. It's only got the one joint on the arms. And it's got the same solid black gloves with no details. Let's look at the back. Well, it's kind of weird. If you look down in there, they got a solid black painted area. I wonder if I can get some of this jacket off. I'm not going to try to force it all the way off, but they painted the back of his neck solid black. So that doesn't match his tattoo either, so not really a fan of that. If they were going to do that, just leave it like the other figure, not put anything. It's got the same molded belt all the way around, the same molded pads and pockets and wrinkles on the pants, and then the same boots that are pretty much just plain. I do like the jacket. It's got a lot of detail on the back, like with the straps, and then, you know, the way it's cut. I like that. So for a basic figure though, it's a pretty good figure. I mean, you know, the Fiend had a lot of detail on the mask anyway. So in this way you get one that's got the without a jacket and one that does have a jacket. So if you're only going to go with basic, that's the way to go. Let's take a look now at the Ultimate Edition figure. So I went ahead and started with the jacket on, and it's got the flat-handed gloves. But let's start with the head sculpt. There's two head sculpts that it comes with. This is the one I did not put on the figure, and it's similar to the one over there, other than if you notice, it's got the hair's darker. This was similar to the Elite, and it's got highlights, so it's not as light colored. I think I like this one better. It actually, and it flows to the other side of his mask. The other one's had the hair on this side. This one's got the hair on this side. So it's got a little more detail on the head sculpt. You see a little bit of his original brown hair there. It's got the buckles of the straps, and you got the straps going around to both sides, and you can see it here, and you can see his ears showing there. So I kind of like this one a little better than the basic one there. Since those are almost identical, I might decide to swap one of those two with this head sculpt, because I really do like this one. There you go. So I'll put that there. So that's, like I said, that is the actual head. If you look, can I get these to set up? If you look at the Ultimate Edition, like I said, I've already opened the one, but it comes packaged with that head sculpt that I just showed you. And it comes packaged without the jacket. And then it comes with the two arms that have the hands flattened out that say Hurt and Heal. It comes with the title belt, the Fiend title belt. It comes with the other part of the jacket, and then it comes with a head sculpt that's got his tongue sticking out. And I'll show you the back of the packaging. It says the Fiend. It's got his height, weight, parts unknown, mandible claws, his finishing move, and he's been the Universal Champion. Here's the sides of the box. It's got a really good picture of the Fiend. It's got his name on this side. So I'm not going to open that one up. Like I said, I've already opened one. So here's the actual opened. Let me get this where it's not as much glare. Here's the opened figure to show you guys. I do like, I'm going to go ahead and take it apart so you can see how it's made. Oops, sorry about that. This is what it would look like with just his regular arms. I like the way the Ultimate Edition, the head sculpt of this extra one is, with the tongue sticking out. So that one was my preferred, since that's different than anything else they've released. The hair on this one is different than the other ones. It's almost more towards the middle going backwards, and the sides are clear. So it kind of shows both of his ears. So that's another reason I like this head sculpt better than the other one, because it's different than any other one. If you raise it up, you can see the straps and the buckles, and it's much better painted as far as the ending of the mask and where the straps start. I really like this head sculpt. That's my favorite one of all the Fiend ones. And if you also look at this one, another reason is it has the total detailed tattoo on the back of his neck. Alright, if you see a blip there, sorry, I apologize. My battery went dead, but I was talking about the tattoos on the back. Obviously, why didn't they just continue it up on the basics like they did on this one? If you go like, you know, the basics only have black and white tattoos, and this one has color tattoos. So I'll go ahead and show you those so you can see on his arms. It doesn't have a lot of color on that arm, but this one has got a lot of color on it, a lot of detail. So you obviously want an elite or a basic if you want his full tattoo detail. Also, you'll notice that on these arms you basically have, you have double jointed elbows, so you can get a full bend. Damn, I keep hitting the camera.
Excuse me?
You can get a full bend on his arms, so you know that way he can bend his arms all the way up. So I really like that. The gloves have more detail, obviously. It's got that one. Can we get it to focus? It's got the hurt. That one's got the heel. I guess it'd be better to turn it upside down so you can see it. That's got heel, and that's got hurt. As far as the pants, well, the midsection, I really do like this, because even though they didn't add a lot of bulk to him, it makes it seem like it's a little bit bulkier. Especially if you lean it back a little bit, because of the way that they articulate the midsection on the Ultimate figure. The pants, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the good part. It's got the molded pads there and the molded wrinkles on the pants, so I really like that. The boots have a lot more detail, as obviously you can see. It's got on this side buckles, kind of reminds me of the Dolph Ziggler boots they use. It's got painted area on it. It's got the articulation on the toe of the boot, like all of the other Ultimate figures do. But if you noticed as I was moving around, the one thing I skipped over is the top of his midsection there, the belt. They painted the belt on, so it's totally smooth all the way around. The pockets don't even really have any mold. They didn't mold anything really on the pockets. There's some wrinkles on each side, but the belt that goes around him, the buckle is flat. Everything is flat. They totally, to me, it ruins the look of the figure. You can cover that up a little bit when you put the jacket on, but if you were displaying this figure, you're almost better off with the Elite figure because of how much this thing costs. I really like the figure, and I'm not going to say that it's a really bad figure just because of that, but that's the one glaring spot that they should have done something about. That belt, if it's Ultimate, that belt should be molded. Also, I know a lot of people have complained, if you look at the general size of the figure and where they are, it's a lot shorter than the other ones. One of the things you can see is the color of the pants is also lighter. I like this color better, so they did a good job with that, but look how much shorter he is in comparison to the basic. If you look at where their belt line is, the belt would be up here on this figure right here. Sorry. Look at the difference. I'm going to put them with their feet side by side. The belt is up higher. The legs are obviously longer. Why would they be taller on a basic figure if the elites and the ultimates are supposed to be closer to the exact proportions of the real figure? It doesn't make any sense to me. So they've got some negatives on this ultimate other than when, let's go ahead and pop the arms off and we'll finish with the review. And I'll put the jacket back over him. And you can see what I was talking about when you put the arms back. You still have the same articulation on the elbows, so you can really do a good job. Hold on a second, let me get these arms popped back in there. So when you want to get him to do the hurt in the heel, you can really do get his arms really close to his face in comparison to the basics, obviously. So with that being said, the last part that I haven't shown you yet, and let me go ahead and put the arms down there, is the belt. So here's the Fiend belt. So they really put some awesome detail in this, and it's totally molded. If you can see, it's kind of, you know, it's got some depth to it. So it starts out with, it's got let on this side and the hooks over here. It says hurt heel, and then it's got in. So it's basically like let him in, because, you know, the he's in the middle. And so, and then it's got the awesome face sculpt of the Fiend in the middle. Look at that. It's almost better than the mask they use on the figure. That is awesome. And then the back is basically just solid black. But so when you close it up on the clasps, if you look here, it's got buckles on the ends. That's a really good detail if you ask me. And so you can take the belt and you could either put it around his waist if his jacket's off, or you could do it like this if his jacket's on. And he can really hold that belt nice and tight on his shoulder. And then you could put like that up, saying that you're going to hurt somebody. So that's probably how I'll end up displaying mine. Let me stand it up, and then I'm going to go ahead and get you a little closer to these things. So sorry if I shake a little bit. But that's your ultimate right there. And here's your two basics. You got your basic 114 and you got your Wrestlemania Basic. There you go. So what do you guys think? Obviously the Ultimate Edition is my favorite figure of the three. But man, if it's too short and the belt on not being molded just takes away from it. So what I'll probably do, like I said, is I'm going to display this bad boy on the shelf with his jacket on, so it won't distract me and won't take away from the look of the figure. So with that being said, that's my review of the Bray Wyatt, the three newest figures that are coming out, 2 basics and an Ultimate Edition. What do you guys think of these figures? Do you like them? What do you like about each one or dislike about each one? Which one do you think's the best? Drop me some comments below. With that being said, please try to support me on YouTube. I'm new to YouTube and I want to do more of these videos in the future, and you can do that supporting me by getting the thumbs up and liking this video. You can subscribe to the channel, and once you subscribe, please do me a favor and hit that notification bell, because once you do, anytime I post these unboxings of new wrestling figures or horror movies or DVD reviews or movie reviews or whatever it is pop culture related, you'll be the first to know, and you can come over and check out my videos. So I really appreciate you coming by watching this video. I know it should be close to the new year by the time you're watching this, and if it is, I hope you guys have a great new year, because I know we all could use a better 2021 than we've had this past year. So this is JeffMan316 signing out, saying you guys be safe out there. Let him in.